What's up, what's up, what's up, my YouTube? It's your boy. Back. I'm back. Yo. Yeah. Back, baby. Yeah, I'm back. Listen. Yo. Sorry for the late run of the live. And let me know if you can hear me, man. Let me know if I'm coming through loud and clear. Anyway. Man was working on the mad thing still. You know? Yeah. All right. I'm back. Listen. It's your boy Amiri. Fresh Prince of Zamunda. You know what I'm saying? Back on my live stuff. You know? Hope you lot ain't hating on me for being gone for so long. Hey, listen, shout out to my 950 subscribers and that. The 9 Fizzy. The 9 Fizzy. 9 Fizzy. Yeah. So, bruv, we're going for a mad one today. The topic today, I kind of want to cover it a lot more than just today, but today is blue pill or red pill versus red pill or blue pill, whichever way you want to say it first. But still, that's what people been saying, man. That's what people been saying. You know? I got to watch you in advance because a lot of people that don't really know about my lives until later, so I don't really schedule it. But I was waiting for my top producer to come still. We're gone. Yeah, man. So yeah, man's got Pringles and everything. I'm going for the whole night with you lot. My chocolate bars. I need to know if the sound is sounding good, man. Is it good or not? You get me? That's what I want to know still. So let me check right now. Let me check. Give me 1 second. Yeah, sound nice. Yeah. So I got the live chat up as well. You know, we're in for a mad one. I can't be bothered to even look at it over there. So if you see me look down, it's because I'm looking at you live chats. Anyway, you see the mad thing that's going on today? Yeah, it's been a mad thing still. This red pill and Islam thing. I knew it was coming, you know. Karma Aki from there, I knew this was coming from. I told you that man should have been comfortable with your 4 wives and that, man. Niggas don't listen to me still, bruv. It's a mad one. Yeah. Big boy teams as well, bro. Come on. But listen, I haven't even eaten for the whole day, bruv. Let me see what's going on in the YouTube world, but I've been watching a lot, bro. A lot of mad things been going on in the YouTube world for real. I'm not lying, bro. It's been a mad thing. But let me plug up this, shall I just start a new window? I want to hit you, man, some papa. The papa, this widen that there. Lovely. All right. It's wonderful. So I could even see myself on there. I'm live. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the twos and that. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. But listen, just get through the beginnings before we get into this topic, man. Shout out to my first four people that live, and I'm still waiting for my first donation. You know what I'm saying? Whenever that comes, isn't it? Like it's all milestones for me. Like break that milestone. Boom. I'm not trying to rush ahead and reach them man levels yet. Even though I'll get there, cause I'm a YouTuber, innit? It depends on how quick we get there. Who I want to cover first? Do I want to cover this Destiny thing or this All right, let's go to this you know, let me do it like this. Let me do it like this. Let me do it like this. A lot of people misconstrued what the hell red pill is first and foremost. There's a lot of like teenagers running around talking about red pill because they watch one or two things. But we're going to get into a little video still and show you where I think red pill kind of started, and yeah, we're going to analyze it together, man. Car. This is probably going to be like a 4 or 5 video breakdown, bro, because it's just getting too much, bro. I know you lot always on to me about my eating, but I don't care, but I'm hungry, bro. You get me? But I'm not gonna chew down the mic, man. Don't worry, man. Let's where should I start? Where should I start? Where should I start? All right, so if anyone has want to help out any other people in the comment section after, just let them know that this is where it starts. But it will start in 2 minutes in terms of like, I just want to get my stuffs ready. So basically, I want to do something for my my 1,000 subscriber special. That's coming up soon. That milestone's coming up. I'm always of the opinion to like celebrate your wins and that, you know. So I will be trying to do something. I'll be taking it out the side of the studio, hopefully, and we'll be going to like interact with the people them on the roadside and do a little something. Not really public speaking, but more like a YouTube video, like how you know what I'm saying? How I do my thing. But yeah, we're gonna get into this mad thing, bro. We're gonna get into this mad thing. Don't worry, we're gonna cover all of it. We're gonna cover all of it. I just don't wanna start in a certain way. I know how certain people are, they like, oh, negative. No, I don't wanna start like that. You know what I mean? So the topic today is red pill, blue pill, whatever. To me, I'm in my 30s. And I was young when I saw September 11th happen. And for me, that was kind of like my first official awakening. Okay. Many people like be like, why is he starting there if he's talking about red pill? I'll get to that. So September 11th happened, and I was in school, and they kind of brought out a TV to show us little kids that while September 11th was happening. And it always kind of puzzled me, even up to today, like, kids are taught September 11th and there haven't been a full investigation on that, but that's a side issue. We won't even get into that. But the reason why I bring that up is because September 11th happened, I had already, at that point, because I was in Trinidad at that point, yeah, I'd already snuck into a cinema to watch The Matrix. That was in, I think, 1999. And while in secondary school, I want to say, later on became when I think we watched 1984, all right, which was probably a bit late. But the reason why I say all this is to say a lot of people that are new to the manosphere space or the red pill space have been duped into being a follower by people who defined the space and put it in the box, if you get what I'm saying. A bit different to what I interpreted Red Pill to be, I'll say, to be kindly. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tell you why I get to that point with a video here. I got some got a nice fillet burger and chips and that. Eating unhealthy and that, with some special sauce from Bossman. But we're gonna watch something. I wanna show you something. I'll give you a break rundown, basically, of how I see, like, for you, maybe to make it easier for you to explain for you guys, if I could say it like that. Which one should I go on? All right, I'll go on this one.
In the
All right, strap up your seatbelts, man. We're going in for a long one. This
1940s.
And I'm gonna say this is not gonna be like an extremely long stream. I don't think I'm gonna go on for the whole 3 hours. I think I'm gonna do like, I'd rather do 2 streams today as opposed to do like one single stream. I don't know, baby. But shout out to the creator. There it is right there. You know what I'm saying? Alternate history hub. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna watch this. And this is basically dystopian world of 1984 explained. All right? So just watch.
In the 1940s, George Orwell published a novel that illustrated a dystopian future. Well, future at the time. In the year 1984, the world has taken an unrecognizable shape. All remnants of what used to be, now destroyed, as the 20th century took a horrendous turn.
All right, you with it? Or should I rewind it for you guys? It's quite simple. It's like a dystopian world, right? Not real. But it can be very real. You get me? Let's go.
Orwell imagined a world where totalitarianism reigned, individualism was dead, and reality and history was simply a matter of opinion. Of course, this never happened, as it was just fiction, but the novel 1984 has resurged in popular culture because many have made connections between this dark society and our own. Orwell never saw the rise of the internet or the policies of the 21st century, but his novel has been treated by some as almost a foreshadowing. Constant surveillance.
I don't know if I should keep with this one because he's just like sidetracking more. Sits to the movie or the book.
Of every citizen by INSAC, constant surveillance by every government against its own citizens, those sort of connections. And this has only gotten more popular as more compare this dystopian society and our own. This video isn't meant to compare our society and Orwell's. This video is simply a summary of the politics, history, and world in the scenario Orwell crafted. Unsurprisingly, this is going to have some spoilers as
very beautifully as well, because you know, like how Animal Farm is, yeah? Animal Farm, even to today, I still get like references that I see in the real life from the actual book. how a lot of people in the space, I'll come to later, how they like Animal Farm, but you can't bring up this guy without bringing up Animal Farm.
This video fully fleshes out the world and society of 1984. Let's start off with some history. How does the world become this? In Orwell's novel, the 20th century is one long tragedy. The potential of humanity and this great path of civilization is entirely squandered in just a few decades. Since the novel was published in 1949, it's not surprising this is where the future begins to go downhill. It all started after It's not surprising.
Yeah, that was written 1949. So that's after World War II. Just after, I want to say. So he didn't, when he wrote 1984, he was thinking about it in the future, as to say, like, this is what's going to happen.
This is where the future begins to go downhill. It all started after World War II and the dawn of the Cold War. The precursor division of the world already has begun to be seen. For us, in the 21st century, we know how it ends. Soviet Union falls, nuclear war never happens, etc., etc. But in Orwell's timeline, there is no decades-long tension of the Cold War between America and Russia. Instead, sometime in the early 1950s, World War III breaks out. Nuclear bombs were used on major cities around the world.
Are we hearing this, yeah? I want you to look at the map and see, anyway.
Including Colchester, but not London. All we know is Britain was nuked multiple times. This was probably around 1954. During the bombings, the Soviet Union invaded all of mainland Europe, as its army swept even into the Iberian Peninsula. The British Isles became the last bastion on the continent. In the aftermath of the war, the West unified, as the United States and the British Commonwealth united into a single country. The United States, Canada, South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, and Britain formed to
Are you not hearing this, yeah?
create Oceania. Oceania then went on to annex Latin America. After this, history gets a little bit fuzzy. What we do know is that because of the traumatic events of the war, unrest occurred in Oceania and the Soviet Union. Sometime after 1954, Oceania fell into civil war between capitalism and a new homegrown ideology. This war, by 1984, is referred to as the Revolution. This war, by
Does this remind you of anything right now? Like even the V, everything. Anyway.
1984 is referred to as the Revolution. This new ideology won, and under this victory formed itself into a single party, INSAC. We'll talk about this in a sec, but first, let's discuss the rest of the world. Sometime in the 1950s and 60s, simultaneous revolutions occurred in the USSR and China. Neo-Bolshevikism united Europe and Russia into Eurasia.
He wrote this in 1940 something. Remember this, yeah? But I want you to take out the dates that he had for it and just make it like it was a rough estimate in terms of what is going on today.
While China, after fighting amongst itself for a decade, finally formed into East Asia under the nicely named ideology called obliteration of the self. This history that you just learned is something that no citizen in Oceania would know about, which is a good way to introduce you to this dystopian world. By 1984, the world is divided between these three nations: Oceania, Eurasia, and East Asia, all in a state of perpetual war over an area called the Equatorial Front. North Africa, through the Middle East, India, and Southeast Asia, is constantly fought and interchanged between the three superpowers. We'll get back to that later. Even though the history of the early 20th century by 1984 would only be decades ago, they might as well have been thousands. The nations, history, people before INSAC are simply myths, and what exists is a society that is totalitarianism to its extreme. First, welcome to Britain.
Like total totalitarian. Well, I don't know how to explain it to some people because before, like unless you don't live in England or the States, you're not gonna really understand. Or like first world, whatever they want to say, developed. But something that's heavily surveillance, surveilled. But England is extremely surveilled, and you feel it. Even maybe a little less now, because they say some of the cameras don't work or they stop using them or whatever. But you just felt like you always being watched, like your whole movement, everything. Like even when you're doing something right, you're doing doesn't matter. Wrong doesn't matter. And it was coming very clear to me that this was actually like happening right in front of me, knowing what I knew by watching like some of these stuff like this. I was like, wait, whoa, what?
Except if you're a citizen, you've never known it as Britain. You know it as Airstrip 1. For many, Britain is a distant memory. The party's grip on the mind is so powerful, what once was an unquestionable fact, like a name, is similar to a faint dream. You question if it even happened, if it was ever real at all. Then you forget about it. This is the most prominent attribute of Oceania, the control of information to such an extent that facts are not reality, and reality can be changed simply on the whim of Big Brother and the party.
Perfect. Do you hear that? I just want to repeat that for one more time. Like, because it encapsulates the feeling of the times.
Of information to such an extent that facts are not reality, and reality can be changed simply on the whim of Big Brother and the party. Insak. Insak controls all. Insak sees all. To say it changed society is an understatement. Insak destroyed society and remade it into something where only it can thrive. Western civilization is basically dead. Now is only a civilization that exists purely for the party to rule without question. How exactly it did this, we don't know. Now when I say party,
I could almost say this has already happened. But we're getting to like the crescendo of this. Like we're already seeing this right in front of us, but
Insak isn't a party like the Democrats, Republicans, or even Nazis. It's more like a society within a society. It has its own separate culture and rules from the majority of the population. Oceania is split between three main classes. The inner party, basically the secretive heads of the state, is only 2% of the population, followed by the outer party, the bureaucratic but still devoted educated people, which is 13%. And then everyone else, the proles, the uneducated, easy to manipulate simpletons who live in poverty, never knowing any better. Think of it like the ruling classes of Westeros. They have their own issues and culture, while the masses are simply the mundane peasants nobody really cares about. The inner and outer party is divided between four main sections: the Ministry of Peace, who wages war against Eurasia or East Asia,
sorry about you. But if you really think about it, if you use the world as the yardstick for this, it's already like this. The inner party being the top 1% or 0.5%, the outer party, people basically in the West, and everybody else.
live in poverty, never knowing any better. Think of it like the ruling classes of Westeros. They have their own issues and culture, while the masses are simply the
And even within the West, there is that scale.
mundane peasants nobody really cares about. The inner and outer party is divided between four main sections: the Ministry of Peace, who wages war against Eurasia or East Asia, depending on who it is at the time; the Ministry of Love, which shuts down opposition and quells dissent. The Ministry of Truth, the propaganda arm of the party. Propaganda is, to put it lightly. This purpose of the party is to rewrite, invent, or destroy any conflicting bit of news and history that goes against the party. News stories tell of war heroes who in actuality don't exist, that sort of thing. The Ministry of Plenty deals with economics and rations. It decides who gets what and what resources must be cut back. Every ministry is housed in pyramids that tower over the London skyline, 300 meters in the air, or roughly 1,000 feet tall. In Oceania, the only one thing that matters is Ainsak. Since the proles are too uneducated to matter and are easy to manipulate by either nationalistic pandering or to create a fake crisis, the party only really has to worry about its own stability to survive. So it doesn't really monitor or care about the majority of the population. The party only has to worry about its own stability to survive.
That's
like
crazy.
a human body, it remains healthy by purging out the harmful educated elements and those not entirely loyal to the ideology. Decades ago, there were mass purges in the 50s and 60s inside the party. Ainsak removed every threat of the old world to solidify itself among fanatic new supporters. By cutting off the population of both the party and masses from history, Ainsak is able to have a monopoly on facts. For example, the party says it invented the airplane. This is simply fact now, and everyone believes it. The Ministry of Truth rewrites or destroys any evidence of this not being the case. Those in the
They already destroy evidence of historical facts, to put it lightly.
party who openly question this simply disappear or are sent to the Ministry of Love for re-education. Continue in mass until,
Re-education.
for the most part, it's a fact amongst the population that the party did invent the airplane. This is a process. How Orwell describes this is that simply through the progression of decades, Ainsak was able to normalize attributes that haven't existed in the West for centuries. Class divide, uneducation, mass atrocities, censorship. These are allowed to be commonplace because anyone who didn't
All happen right now.
agree with it is either too unimportant or dead to care. Then solidify this base with youthful and nationalistic young adults, and you've got a healthy future for your ideology. Ainsak's ideology runs so deep, children are more likely to openly report their own parents for thought crimes. Ainsak recreated culture, crafted new terms to allow only it to exist. A thought crime is
Watch your children.
anything that goes against the policy of the party. If you commit a thought crime, you can be vaporized by the thought police. Simply disappear. And when I mean disappear, I mean it is now a fact that you are never a person, an unperson. This isn't like kids giving Jimmy the silent treatment. This is everyone simply forgetting there ever was a Jimmy, and forgetting that they forgot. The mention of your existence somehow by your family, co-workers, is now a thought crime in itself. Documents are changed or destroyed so that there is no evidence you ever did exist.
Are
Not
you
that did,
hearing-
Jimmy. This is
Are you hearing the madness? The dystopia. Are you hearing the madness?
how Ainsak is able to quell dissent. This term comes from the official language of the party, Newspeak. It's technically just short in English, but it's entirely designed to control the use of words that may be threatening to the party. Simplistic terms like duckspeak, crimethink, black-white. By limiting language to small bits, it makes debate controllable or refutable. Ainsak simply has a monopoly on political discourse because it made the words up. In 1984, this goes deeper than a weird
Remember this part.
discourse because it made the words up. In 1984, this goes deep bits. It makes debate controllable or refutable. Ainsak simply has a monopoly on political discourse because it made the words up. In 1984, this goes deeper than a weird language.
So we're talking about like these mad adjectives and terms that come out of nowhere. You're like, where did that come from? But yet we're all chatting about it, all discussing it as if we're experts at it.
Brainwashing is a cultural manifestation that goes down to the personal level. Reality and history itself can be changed with the bureaucratic stroke of a pen, and nobody thinks that that stroke ever happened. This is doublethink, a newspeak term to hold two conflicting beliefs and hold both as equal. Neither are cancelled out, both are believed. This is best emulated by the ongoing war in the book. The party tells the public that Oceania has always been at war with Eurasia, even if just a few years ago the enemy was East Asia. East Asian bombs rained on the city, but everyone believes it was Eurasia because Big Brother and the party said so. Eurasia was always the enemy. East Asia was always the ally. This can change on a whim. History and information would be rewritten by the party to reflect any new change.
Are you hearing the madness? They could just change. Come a time when they could just change reality, basically.
It's not a debate to the people. It was just always this way. It would be like changing colors. The sky is blue, but the party says the sky is now red. So you believe it's red. Not say or pretend. You with all your heart know for certain that the sky has always been red. Never even considered the change happened. This is another newspeak term called black-white. There are a lot of terms.
Crazy.
Why does this happen? Is everyone stupid? Well, if you go by demographics, yeah. It's not this simple though. This world is all these people have ever known. Think of North Korea.
Do you get, like, that's all. If you're brought up in a certain way, you think that that's the only way to live. That's why I tell certain people to travel and stuff before it's too late. When you can see different ways of living, not just be one focus, like one track mind in a certain sense of, you need to broaden your horizon, bro. That's why I tell a lot of people, if they just broaden their horizon, they wouldn't be it wouldn't be this certain way that we all think. It's like, bro, why we like this? It's because a lot of us ain't been nowhere. But more to the point, when you don't know anything else, it's easy for people to make you accept what you're going through. As in terms of slavery, like if you was born into slavery, I suppose it'll be different than if you was taken into slavery. You know? It's easy for them to get you. That's why our kids are very important. Even with this Andrew Tate thing, like they were imperative that they had control as to where the direction of the kids are. Because you're seeing now that with a message that's general consensus for like the world in general, it becomes like fact, if you get what I mean.
Actually, just apply all of this to North Korea. Kim Jong-il must have gotten inspired somehow. You can say whatever you want when you raise generations to worship you. So, what is Insak even? Is it fascist? Socialist? Totalitarian? Green Party? Does it have specific policies? What's its views on states' rights? Insak in itself is a conundrum.
Illuminati.
A product of doublethink. Officially, Insak is socialist. It teaches that the days before the revolution were horrendous, as the average citizen literally bowed to the capitalists, even going so far to say capitalists could choose any woman to sleep with and nobody could do anything. Then Insak came and forever made the world better. But at the same time, Insak hates socialists, despises socialist policies, and this is openly admitted by everyone. Yet nobody sees anything wrong with it, because that's the power of doublethink. Insak ideology, if you can call it that, isn't different at all than Eurasian Bolshevikism or East Asian obliteration of the self. They're basically the same society. Technological and social differences aren't that far apart between the three. This is something that may be recognized by all of them, or simply ignored. We don't know. The relationship that continues between all of them is perpetual war. War is what runs this world. It's what allows all three nations to survive.
Ooh.
It's a distraction. It can rile up the uneducated masses. It's a constant overshadowing force that Big Brother uses. Insak is the protector against the Eurasian hordes, or East Asian, whichever. What are they fighting over? Resources? Well, they have all the resources they need, since they control so much territory. Power? No one can really overtake the other. This is already established. Well, then what? Nothing. They're fighting over nothing. The equatorial front and polar front, as mentioned earlier, was never anybody's territory. It's simply a giant fighting arena, where the economic waste from overloaded military buildup from all of the countries is shipped to. Almost like venting out steam. Borders constantly shift, countless soldiers die from territory which nobody wants, and the native people are enslaved and transferred between the three countries to work for the war machine, which continues the cycle again. All the nations have nukes.
Basically,
They
Ukraine.
could easily destroy each other, invade Britain or Europe, start wars in Russia and China, actually attacking the homelands. But that disrupts everything. It destroys the balance of power, and these heads of state like their power. So they constantly fight over the jungle and desert to keep what they have, to keep...
See how that's crazy? That's just like Ukraine. How I feel like they're just there, letting go some steam. America want to test new weapons and stuff. Let's see how it fares against the so-called enemy. And it's a whole big show. Zelensky gets rich. Halliburton gets rich. DARPA gets rich. Everyone gets rich. It's mad.
Nationalistic fervor up. 1984 is a twisted world. Whether it's realistic or not, doesn't really matter. The consistent theme is information is important, and the control of that information is most important. That's the biggest thing to take away from Orwell's world. Everything Ainsak did was to make sure the population was loyal and too stupid to realize its manipulation, going so far to make those who did manipulate believe they weren't even manipulating in the first place. Does this tie into...
So, it's like, when I talk to some people, like, they sound so, like they believe what they say even though they're so wrong. Like, has that ever happened to you when someone's so wrong but they actually 100% believe it like it's truth? But when you, it's like, how do you say it's like? But 2 + 2 is 5. And you're like, what? It's 4, bro. Like, no, it's 5. Like 2 + 2, 5. It's like, yo, and they believe it. Like, I swear down, I swear to God, I swear on my mom's life. It's like, bro. And you know, if everyone started saying 2 + 2 is 5, it would start causing like a chain reaction to where everyone's saying 2 + 2 is 5. You know, like you know that you're wrong when you're saying it, but you still say it. Cause you want to be in the group. But everyone knows. But because everyone thinks they want to be in the group, they have to do it like that. And go along. Now I know I'll say this now, because this is just like the intro to where I'm gonna get to this. So I think I could just leave that way. Let me see.
World, I'm not even touching that subject. Like and subscribe.
Right, that's done. All right. All right, so that was like a little breakdown of 1984. Now, so I was growing up. I was reading or watching this, and The Matrix came out. And for those who don't know about The Matrix, I suggest you go and watch that cult classic. The The Matrix. I'll give you I'll give you an honest take here. Like I'll give you the fact that I don't think I've ever like said to anyone. When I first saw Matrix, I didn't understand what I was watching. On so many levels. Like like I'm trying to remember if I knew that the CGI was gonna be like that before I went to watch it or after. Ah, that's what it was. So hear this madness now. So in Trinidad, yeah, when you go to the cinema back in the days, I don't know if it was like this. I don't know if it's like this recently, but even though I have been in Trinidad recently, like a month ago, a couple months ago. But what they used to do in the cinema is that when you want to watch a film, don't matter what, like a blockbuster film, they will show you another film straight after. So you're basically going to watch two films. And believe it or not, like sometimes, as with the case was with The Matrix, you sometimes get like a better experience, or you enjoy the film more of the film that you wasn't even planning to go and see. So it was kind of like, you know what film you go and watch, but you don't know what the second film is, basically. So me being a little you and that, man snuck in, whatever, boom, boom, boom. Man went and watched a film, I can't even remember what it was. But I know the second film that we watched was The Matrix. When I went and watched that Matrix thing the first time, I was so caught up on the fighting and the slow motion of the kicking mid-air and them kind of things. And the first time we'd ever seen something like that on a movie like happen. And I was so, I was allowed to be misguided, I would say now, by the thrill and the action that Hollywood puts into its pieces of work. Now, I like the action so much. And the dark kind of, I don't know, it's a kind of feeling you get when you watch Matrix, even now. But imagine in cinema, like for the first time, it was like, I don't know if it was the camera, like the color the color correction on it, or like like the scene set. It was just something, just like it drew me in, like the green kind of like, I don't know, bro. Like it made me want to go again and watch it again. So I went to the cinema again and watched it, not to watch the first film that I wanted to watch, but to watch The Matrix. That was, second time I went to watch Matrix, because I went to watch Matrix. And I could honestly tell you, the first time I watched it, I could honestly tell you I did not understand, because the second time I watched it, it was like I was watching a whole different movie. Like, even when it was like with the like people as batteries and that, and how they had that, I didn't understand none of that. It was just above me. I did not understand nothing. I'm like, what is this movie? Like, I didn't understand the dialogues, nothing. Like, why is he getting this? What's going on? What's happening in this movie? Like, we just see the fighting. Perhaps because I was young then. But I would say that The Matrix is a masterpiece, because I think it's one of the only films that I have seen like, I don't know, probably 10 times I've seen Matrix, bro. Probably maybe less, maybe more. But it's one of those films where you watch it and you learn something new that you didn't see the last time, or that wasn't like you. It's like, oh, is that what? Okay, all right, cool, boom, okay. So all right, so now Matrix 2 makes okay, boom. That kind of, you know what I'm saying? That kind of vibes. So when I was watching it for the like third, fourth, fifth time, I was like, it's making sense to me, bro. This is like a hidden message in here, right? It was a hidden message in there. And what the basis of the story was is that in life, we live a we live like a what's the word, like a fake, we live in a movie, bruv. It's like a movie we live in. Like there was a movie that used to be back in the days. I think it was it, who is it, bro? Was it Jim Carrey? I mean, Tom Hanks, or where they put him in a probably one of my subscribers could help me, but they put him inside of a movie, yeah? A movie set scene. They put him in a movie set scene where like everything in the whole movie is fake. There's cameras everywhere. And then at the end, you know, he rows the boat and he goes and he opens the scene and he realizes, my whole life I've been watched on camera from my birth to whatever. So one of you lot should be able to help me with that. But that's what I feel sometimes. Like, that's what I felt like. I felt like my awakening in terms of, wait, what am I, simulation. Am I living in a simulation? Where other people control my life, like the direction of my life, or like like they set the scene for me, like, and I'm just living as a NPC, like a player in this. It's like I can't, like, you can't get out, but you can't get out of this movie, this one here. And Matrix really reaffirmed that for me in the sense of Matrix was basically Morpheus telling Neo that you're living in a simulation, brother. And this simulation, this is not like real life. You actually got a chance to be plugged out of this fictional place and shown reality. Now, Morpheus knew before he unplugged Neo that, forget about him being the one, but he knew that unplugging Neo, I'm trying to find the right kind of vibes of what I'm trying to say. When he unplugged Neo, he knew before he unplugged him that he was gonna make Neo wake up into a dark, dark, dark world, bro. An unrecognizable hell. And maybe it was a bit selfish of Morpheus to unplug Neo. But he knew that the safety of the actual real world was at stake, in kind of a sense where, like, some people might be like, why? What's the point in living? Like, what's the point, like, caring about death? Like, you're gonna die anyway. Kind of like, so let me just. They live vicariously. It's kind of like that in a sense, but when the reason why I bring up the Matrix in terms of the pill, because he gave Neo a pill, the choice of a red pill or a blue pill. That's 1999. That concept for me wasn't a reality of how red pill is today when people say red pill. That for me back then was unplugging in terms of like, wow, we unplugging, yeah, like cartoon character wise, unplugging. But then September 11th happened, and for those that were like fully adult at that time, I would like, because even in myself, sometimes I'd think, well, as a child, it doesn't mean that necessarily adults would be more available to the idea that they live in a simulation. But when September 11th happened, and I saw Building 7 drop, and I saw all the mad things, and I started going over the Matrix, because I knew like what I was like, yeah, man, Illuminati, like, you know what I'm saying? And like all seeing all that happened and everything, and then Alex Jones and this, and that is, at that point, I was what I would have considered a red pill person. Now that wasn't my identity. That was just an awakening, a frame of mind. Let's say it wasn't my religion. It wasn't my daily cup of tea, sitting down watching. It wasn't. It was something that was very. Man, it's so mad going back to in my head, because there was times where I didn't sleep in the nighttime for years. You know, I would sit down and watch like news or like alternative news, alternative media, mainstream media, trying to find the 1% march. Boom, the whole shebang. So that was already my frame of mind, let's say. And at a certain point in time, before the explosion of the term red pill, I felt that the collection of people that were what they would consider red pill, were like the anti. I wonder if YouTube would have it. Anti 1%ers. Let me see. All right, I want to say this. So around this time, like with war in Iraq and like there was a real kind of vibe about people about, like, you know, you need to study your history, man. You know, like that's why when some people talk these days, it's like, bro, you lot are so new to the space. It's annoying. But it was a kind of you knew you was a community, a YouTube community. I want to say an online community, more to the fact, where the internet was now becoming like the way how it is today in terms of the internet was very primitive back in the days. Like not a lot, everyone had a phone, not everyone had a cell phone and that, or not everyone had internet on their phone, or you know they weren't tech savvy, and you know there was the tech savvy geek locks, the kind of guys that sit down in their room dark at night, looking and trying to find like conspiracies and don't know where they went. And the only reason why I say conspiracy now is because conspiracy for me has taken on a new term in terms of almost everything that was a conspiracy theory back in the days is practically like facts now. And because it was so like baby fed to us, spoon fed to us, like little by little, like we don't even realize where we are in terms of like this new world order. But that's what, in essence, it was. It was an unplugging from the new world order and how the new world order conducts itself. And part of that new world order was the need for women to break free from the shackles of the strongest unit that's ever been created in the history of the world. The human man and the human woman. No creature or animal has ever dominated the world the way how we have dominated the world and changed the world to suit ourselves. When man and a woman are together, they create a unstoppable force. The collective of the human. But the New World Order's part of their plan is to make a lot of people very separate and very isolated. Where, like in earlier said in 1984, where they make you feel like you're wrong even though you're right in your facts. They'll downplay your right stuff by discrediting you by your one or two faults. So it would be like Lewis Hamilton, you know, winning 25 Grand Prix and losing one Grand Prix, but winning the whole championship Grand Prix. But people sit down and be like, you know, Lewis Hamilton's done run some good races, yeah, but there's just that one race I don't agree with, bruv. Like don't support Lewis. Like, man, that one race he raced, it wasn't good enough. He came second. Like, you know how people talk these days? Like, oh yeah, I agree with him. I agree with his points, but that one issue, I just don't listen to him. I don't listen to what he has to say. That kind of vibes. But anyway, so the 1% had their march and stuff, and that was completely, they sucked the soul out of that. And what it led me to even know even more was that there was an invisible force there's an invisible force, men and women, working in the shadows to stop you from A, knowing about this stuff, B, caring about this stuff, C, alter your mind about what this stuff means, and D, changing what you think you know by what you're backing. So I'll give you an example. It's like saying, you know, everyone supports dogs, so you dress up a cat like a dog, and then you tell everyone that's what a dog is, so that people could be like, later on be like, oh, that's just a cat with a dog. You're wrong. That's forget about why you not following dogs. But it's like, no, wait, hold on. How did you get to define what a dog was? A dog always meant woof woof woof, 4 legs. How are you now defining what a dog is and then criticizing me on your definition of what it is? I have to make this point so clear to people so they understand exactly what I am saying. You just watched 1984, so you should have some understanding of what I'm saying to you. You are defining something in the hopes that you could criticize it after, or that there will be infighting after. So it will be like, we're arguing about yellow cards and red cards, and then they're arguing about offside and onside. We're arguing. But we all like football. So when it comes to people that are talking tennis to us, we shouldn't be arguing about whether that was offside or onside, or this small little compartments, because the person from the outside is using that as the reason to down you in the first place. Now, the criticism to the red pill has come, I believe, validly and unvalidly over the time that this new movement, the new red pill, has been existence. But I don't want to jump the boat just yet to how we even got here. Or no, not to how we got here, but where the state is now. We need to I want to be more focused onto where the change happened. So back in the days, after I want to say, was it the Libyan War? Could have been. Yeah, I just had a vibe about me where I was like, man, we should just, I think crime was going up in the UK and that as well, in terms of black youth, and they were talking about this black problem and racism and stop and search and all of that crap. And why did I bring up that point? Yeah, it was because, you see, it's crazy because it's just, there's so many so during the time when stop and search was going on, I always felt like the reason why a lot of youths black descent or of ethnic orange or whatever are targeted is because at the vital time in their life they are very go-getterish, very energetic. So I feel like they always have that kind of hold down on you, that kind of keep him in a hole, even if I have to put him in prison to stop that full potential. And they hate the fact that people find common grounds on things. That they put their differences aside in order to come together and point the finger at the right people. Make them say, you know what, it's not necessarily an immigration issue. Because if we didn't go into that country, spend money, if we didn't spend money to go into that country to bomb them, then we wouldn't have to spend money, A, stopping the refugees from that country to come to where we are, and B, use up resources that those people would take once they're here. So now you got people that are immigrants that are arguing with people that from one place about sharing the resources. But how it normally goes, in terms of, if you know it well, how it normally goes is you man fight over this. This is you lot's own, and this is mine. I'm the 99%, and we have this to share amongst us, but the 99%, you lot, this is you lot's. Go on, fight over that. If you get what, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, that kind of, it's like, bro, we read through the lines, bro. You know? And we have a love of distractions. Or I want to say a love of distractions, but I want to say we can't really take high, tense, pressure situations for too long on our bodies. It doesn't hold well on us. The stress is too much sometimes for us. So we'd like to have things that take our mind away from the problems, or we have a tendency to stick our head in the sand in terms of problems, collectively. And the elites realize that we need to find a way to control what people are saying without them knowing that it was us that stopping them from saying this, what they want to say. It's like manufactured unconsent. You censor yourself, self-censorship. All these, avenues that happens that stop people from actually saying what they want to say. So now, the thing with the Matrix is that if Neo was to take the blue pill, Morpheus says to him, wait, hold on, let me see if I can actually get this. Yeah, let's look at this. Let's look at this. Just for old time's sake.
Do you want to know what it is? The Matrix is everywhere.
Right. So he's just telling them that the Matrix is everywhere, bruv. No matter what country you go to, no matter where, like how can you explain to him, bro? You're living in a flipping fake place, bruv, Neo. Everything around you is fake, bruv. Manufactured, fake. War, Ukraine, fake, bro. Saudi, fake, bruv. China, fake. These elites have no problem going from one country to another, using and abusing their power. Please understand this. I'm talking about real life, yeah? So he's saying to him, Neo, everything you know about what you think you know is a lie, my brother.
It is all around us. Even now, in this very room.
In the room, bro.
You can see it when you look out your window.
Agent Smith could come into any of these, man. And that's the kind of point that I was gonna bring, like, so but let me get to that.
You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
You see it?
Truth. That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch.
You realize it's Morpheus, who is clearly a black man, telling a white man, bro, even you are a slave, bruh. Just deep that for a second, bruv. Do you understand? Like, even, like, the quirky nuances, like, even my mind is like, it just, a black man is telling a white man, listen, yo, your whole world, I know what it's like to be a flipping slave, bruv. Like, to be, like, on the downside. No one, you don't want to be over here, bro. Look what these men are doing. Doom, 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 doom. Do you get it? Like, man is saying, yo, you around you, bruv, everywhere.
A prison.
It's a prison, fam.
For your mind.
For your what? For your mind, bro. This ain't about lock me up. No, bro, this is a mental, we're playing a mental war right now. And the mental war right now that we're playing is not a red pill, blue pill war, fam. Hey, come on, James. Come on, my bro. Come on, my brother. Come on, my brother. You know how we do. You know how we do. Don't take yourself. But yeah, it's a battle for your mind, bro. Because if you could change people's minds, you don't need to lock them up, bro. If everyone's saying, don't say that, you're not allowed to say that, you shouldn't say that, you can't say that. Well, you don't need to call police because you already think, oh, I'm going to be excluded from the society, like excluded from my friend circle because I think a certain thing. I feel a certain way. I don't agree with a certain thing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So you're already caught up in that, in the rapture of what they intended to happen to you. And what was so mind-boggling to me is that even when you say blue pill, it makes no sense to me. The problem wasn't the blue pill. The problem, well, okay, let me nuance that. The problem, there is a problem. It's not the problem. It's a problem taking the blue pill. Because it's the attitude that people have when they hear a fact that's hit them right in their face. The truth is right there. and they choose to not look at it, and I want to choose something else. I don't want that red pill. I want the blue one. I don't want to forget everything. Remember, even with the guy that was in Burger when he was eating the steak. I just want to forget everything. I don't even want to worry about them octopus looking things. Bro, I'm good. Just give me my steak. I want to be rich. Boom. That's what some people are like. That's blue pill. Blue pill is not, I let my girl run all over me, and that's not blue pill, bro. Stop. No. I have excluded my mind from the possibility that my mind is enslaved, and I don't want to know that I'm enslaved. Now, if you chose the red pill,
unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is.
See, this is a lie. This is the lie Morpheus told Neo, because he could have told him. Could have said, bro, artificial intelligence have taken over the human race. They've got us as batteries, and bro, if you take this red pill, you'll be woken up without this fairy tale that you've been living in. If you take the blue pill, you'll forget everything happened. He can tell him, but he needs Neo to see it for himself, because once you see it, you can't unsee it, bro. Like, I don't even know how much I could put down on this, bro. Once you have plugged out, bro, you can't unsee certain things, bro. When I watch news articles and stuff these days, yeah, I don't see what you see when you see it. I see the lie, and I see how they're trying to lie, and I see how they coordinated the lie, what time they wanted you, how they wanted you to feel when they told you the lie, how they want you to feel after they've told you the lie. Like, my brain has been exploding from this stuff from time. So that to me was like my idea of red pill. I watched certain YouTubers very religiously, because that's where I went to get my alternative media. And I think it was around the Bernie Sanders campaign that we really started to see the interference from the state or the elites onto how our brains are supposed to think, even though that was always there. That propaganda was always there, but it felt really overbearing and true. Like it was, felt it, like the shift in the tactics. I want to go through all the different, sections of it. But yeah, bro, they really, really went ham. Even with the Russiagate and all of that, which leads to even World War III right now, where we're at where we're at. It's because they wanted Hillary. I think it was, they wanted Hillary to beat Bernie so bad that they decided to blame Russia for trying to fix the elections of the US, that made you hate someone that you did not hate 10 days before. When you come out and look at it now, it wasn't even Russian bots. So now we've become adversaries or enemies with a country now because of a lie that was told back then. Because someone wanted to win an election. Don't take what I'm saying to you as facts, bruh. Because I don't want people to try put no little message underneath my thing and fall up into the Matrix thing, bro. Listen, believe what you want to believe, bro. opinion based out here, bro. That's how I'm trying to do it, bro. Comedian opinion based, bro. Whatever I say, satire, bro. You get me? That's how we're trying to roll with it, bro. You get me? I'm trying to cover my O's. I'm not trying to get no more like strikes or bans or none of that crap, bro. So that's Red Pill in a nutshell. And in some part Blue Pill, because Blue Pill is a evolution of Red Pill. There wouldn't be a blue. There wasn't no Blue Pill movement of men just running around saying, "Oh, we're Blue Pill, we're Blue Pill." No. And Red Pill wasn't necessarily for men only. It was everyone could have been Red Pill at that point in time. Now, I do know that the term Red Pill has been misused. And for that reason, the reason why the term has been changed, I no longer even say I'm Red Pill. If you normally hear me say, I'll say stuff like manosphere now or like whatever, like I don't even wanna, cause that, as I said, like if to say, you know, it's like how they tricked women into this feminism thing. They told women what feminism is, to even some men were doing for the idea of feminism, where this is what we want. We want equal rights for all people. That's what feminism means. And then you had people that backed that, because I got a mum, I got a girl, I got daughters, I got a grandma, I got female friends. Why can't they be equal to me? Okay, so I'm a feminist. And then what happened over time? They were able to redefine what the term means, to where now it means female domination. To the point where some women were like, wait, hold on, whoa, I'm not feminist. Whoa, is that what feminism is? Whoa, I'm not feminist. Whoa. So now you got people now, these days, that are like, oh yeah, what happened to you Red Pill guys? Like, oh, you all left. And it's like, no, wait, no. Just like the feminist, no, what I signed up for is not what's getting pushed as what. It's like saying, it's like saying I'm riding a donkey, and then someone changing the word donkey to ass and say you ride an ass, and it turns out, oh wait, what, you ride ass? Oh wait, are you LGBTQ? Oh, it's like things get misconstrued because you're now associated with what that was associated. You're like, yeah, free Palestine, free Palestine. And then all of a sudden, it's like, wait, hold on. The free Palestine guys are Hamas. It's like, wait, Hamas? Who's Hamas? It's like, oh, Hamas are the guys that blow rockets into they're terrorists. Oh, wait, so that means you're a terrorist. It's like, wait, what? You're terrorist sympathizer. Wait, what? I was just trying to free Palestine, bruh. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, that's the perfect example, fam. And it's like the ability for people in high positions to redefine a movement that is directed towards them. Every time the movement is directed towards them, they always shift the subject. The topic always gets shifted away from the elites are the problem. We need to curtail them, bruv. Now, do you know who got close? Andrew Tate. He got within touching distance of understanding the red pill fully. To the point where now, with Islam, maybe you could say like he's sorted out in terms of the female side. So now there's another reason where it's like, so okay, so he has Muslim values when it comes to like women. So what are you gonna get him at now? But the real thing, what he's going for, he always says it. It's like, bro, the Matrix, bruv, the Matrix. He always talks about the Matrix, the Matrix, the Matrix. People don't even know the Matrix. The New World Order, bruv. The same people I'm telling you about, the same 1%ers, the same guys that's providing weapons to Ukraine, bruh. That's making money right now. The same brothers, the same sisters, the same people them. So now, red pill means, I don't know, a man that goes gym, has sex with a lot of women, you know, gets rich, and that's red pill. And it's like I didn't sign up for that. I did not sign up to that. I signed up for, well, there's values in terms of my my ideology that complements the space I'm in, where I'm able to have a discussion with people in terms of anything, relationships, but fine, boom, whatever, and how maybe my ideology can give an outlet. So you know, people say, "Oh, they always tell them about you need to change this, you need to change, and don't give no excuses or whatever." And be like, "No alternatives or no." It's like, no, there's my faith could allow this to happen, this and boom. That's, you know. I don't try to superimpose it on anyone either. You know what I mean? Just keep it real. So, hindsight, you know, with hindsight, it's a lot to take in terms of what direction the messaging should be, in terms of who is directed towards. I know a lot of people want me to go after people or like always be angry and shit. That's not me, bro. I'm like happy 99% of the time, bro, and like upset 1%, and the 1% I'm upset that I'm not happy. You know? That's how I be, man. But then there's that 0.001% where I'm angry. 0.1%. It's not a lot. But I do get angry from time to time with the mischaracterization or the profiteering of some people in terms of taking advantage of a movement or like eating from the profits of the movement or eating from the profits by disagreeing with the movement. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like there's actual people in the earth right now that's making videos where they're twerking and having and giving the devil oral sex. Like there's people doing that right now. But we want to discuss the little one or two little, nah, he's a bad guy, don't listen to him. But meanwhile, these guys over here, they could make all the Satanism, they could say all they want. No one gets at them. Leave them. They're just having fun. But these guys that are trying to change, like society and try to change things for the better, bruv, I agree with them, but I don't agree with like the one little thing. So I'm not effing with that. Bro, it's whack. It's super whack. You know? To me, it's whack. But then, yeah. So it came to a point when I want to say I was watching videos here and there of things. Like I don't even think that they're even on the internet these days, bro. But back in the days, they were all over the internet, my bro. Like these proper red pill videos, like proper back in the days, before like the commercialization of it. Let's say, even to the point where I was watching Kevin Samuels before everyone was watching Kevin Samuels, to the point where, like, when he was talking about, oh, you gotta wear boots and hat, you know what I'm saying, suits and do this and, you know what I mean, wear this perfume and that's how you gotta talk. It was more men motivation, you know, and you see men motivation, like, you could do it. Like I was into, like, it was into more that space of being positive before we even got onto the women. Okay. So before we even got into the women, we was already trying to, yeah, wear the boom. I was watching other people. I didn't want to, let's not even get into that. But there's been a lot of YouTuber, like I've seen the whole space. Partly I would even see like, say like Tommy Sotomayor, what's this guy's name, man? The one that was that had a little beef with DDG and that Illuminati, when he went on his little hiatus and, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Some people went woke and boom and when, and even that word woke changed to the word anyway. It's gone crazy, bro. These terms, mischaracterizations. But anyway, there was a shift from the red pill being in the, I want to say, the left wing space, but far left. And then there was a shift onto the right of the space. And even like in itself, in those, if I want to remember correctly, at that time it was like, it was weird to me, the awakening, but I didn't really sit down and say, oh, I'm a liberal or I'm conservative or you know what I'm saying? Progressive or, I just knew I had my views of, I do not want, I'm vehemently anti-war, bro. I'm so anti-war. That's me, bruv. Even in like in life, I try to not have fights, and you know, had a lot of them to the point where it's like I'm over. Don't even focus on that. That's why I keep trying to stress intellectually, because I've always figured out that talking about certain stuff or winning in the war of words in terms of intellectual expansion, bruv. It always, like the true people always eventually even out in the end. Like the pendulum always swings to the right direction, and just for a brief moment, you have that kind of that moment of rest, and maybe the world isn't that bad. But then you realize that in itself becomes a cycle, and it's like almost the elites realize that you can't just give it to them all at once. Like, give them a little piece, then give them a break, then give them a little piece, one step forward. one half a step backward, 2 step forward, half a step backward, 3 steps forward, 1 step back. You know what I'm saying? Like push and pull. You feel like you're being rested. Boom. But it's all a game on the carousel of these lot. And what I feel like is that the red pill space has become very animal farmish. And that's merely based on the fact of how good you are as a YouTuber, as opposed to who is in the space first. That's why when people talk about grifting these days, I'm like, bro, you're a grifter. You're new to this as well, bro. Don't pretend to me, bro. You can't come and talk to me, bro. Man, in the space from time. Don't try to beg friend, bro. Because I just see a lot of beg friends in the flipping space, bro. And for me, I don't really care like who don't like what I have to say or who don't want to listen or who thinks that I'm talking too much. Bro, I don't care, bro. Because at the end of the day, this is YouTube, and the YouTube space is very fucking simple. If you know, sooner or later you're gonna blow. No matter what, you're gonna blow. If you put that work in, you're gonna blow. So there's no point rushing the blow, if you get what I mean. Like, and I'm not saying don't work, yeah, work, but don't rush to blow. That would happen. What's more important is I want to say, your reputation on YouTube, what you left, the video collection, your repertoire of work. And so I'm more focused on making my repertoire something that is palatable for me when I'm 80 years old, or palatable for me or for anyone else at a later date in time. Maybe society might have changed, or not might have changed. When society changes or it develops or regresses, you know, like there'll be a time you sit down and look back at old videos and be like, why did I used to think like that? Or I thought I was so right in that moment. So I retrospectively look at things in a different way now, especially as I've been getting older. But two individual things stand out for me. One was the reaction that Andrew Tate had from people, especially women and stuff, like to things where you thought that's so basic. Like, why would you not want? Like, you do people like understanding that the problem was deeper than what we thought it was. Like how serious the issue had become. When you just heard like everyone spouting the same mischaracterization of people, like the black-white effect, as we showed it earlier in 1984. And secondly, apart from shocked that people reacted the way they reacted, but secondly, seeing how dangerous I think that's the wrong word. Seeing how powerful Andrew became by having that kind of effect by what he's basically saying, if you get what I mean. Like, he's not saying nothing spectacularly outrageous, but yet it was so effective in terms of like, oh, Andrew Tate, Andrew Tate, Andrew Tate. It's like, but don't you not know, like, these, I know it's like, it was a light bulb, because I was like, huh, You know when you assume everyone knows what you know because you know what you know? It's like a golf expert would be like speaking like to someone else and they'd be like, yeah, T under par, 5, 6, handicap of 8 of the whole night. And someone else is like, what? Wait, what? What did you say? And you're like, ah, sorry, I thought you knew golf, like, because I'm some around people that know golf so much, or people would think, oh yeah, you think he's trying to put me down, or he thinks it's above me, and it's like, no, I just assumed you knew what I knew, and I was going by I was going on that assumption when I was analyzing your takes on certain people. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I know some people don't even understand what I'm trying to say, but I know fully well there's a couple of people that know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna talk for those guys. Um, I feel like the red pill has had some effect on the state of relationships in um recent terms. 'Cause I think men are actually being awoken, but there is a lot of things to be ironed out in that space. And trust me, there'll be a lot more disagreements to come, bro. Like even today, I was seeing the whole Ali Dawar and Fresh and Fit thing. I knew that was coming because they weren't selling it for them for time. Yeah, but I chose to stay out of that subject because even me, I'm not the best Muslim ever, bro. But even me, I can't promote no sleeping with 50 women talk, bruv. You know what I'm trying to say, bro? Even though I'm not the best, and I might, falter and, you know? But I'm not trying to promote that. You get it? And I don't want to be a hypocrite either. So I don't want to be like telling you, oh, do that, and then be like, bro, I'm trying to find my little 4 wives, bro. That's what I'm trying to do, fam. Like, I've been saying that from day one, bro. Go back to any one of my videos, you see that man's always had that perspective, fam. And showing girls that raw from my experience in the past, what man's mentality was like, and how in that space, man was I was a pro, bruv. So letting people know how pros was thinking, and it's like, bro, either you want to listen or you don't want to listen. But even sometimes now, you be like, oh, are you using that as an excuse for why, you're acting the way you're acting? And it became a thing of alpha males and all of this crap, bro, as if the normal man has always been on my care list for time, bro. You know what I mean? I wasn't even talking about elite man, bro. I was talking about normal men, bro. You know? Go back to look at all the videos, bro. I'm always a proponent of that. And even some of the stuff that I'm showing on my channel right now, just like hitting you like the old boom. Like that's what boom. Consistency. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect. I might get 1 or 2 takes wrong, but in general, man's got it right. You know? But I do want to come. Let me know if I should do like another one on this red pill, because I do want to break down. But what I want to do, I don't want to just talk for 10 hours, one live, no interactions, just beating on. If you lot like that, then I could do that. But I'm just saying, like, I would prefer like do a live, hear what you lot take. So I do read all comments and everything. So, I want to hear what you have to say and interject and come and put, what I'm saying, put your little 2 pence in. I know the way how YouTube has structured videos these days. It's making it very hard for people to come and check the lives out, because the first thing they see is the other videos when they come onto my channel. But I guarantee you, with time, this gonna be popping, bro. Gonna be popping, my G. You know what I'm trying to say? It's gonna be popping. I have no doubt about it. But My peoples. I don't want to be long-winded with this topic and this issue for now. So I think I'm going to conclude on this little live here. You know what I'm saying? Just to make it nice and poppy and not, you know what I'm saying, too like long-winded and boring for certain people. But, you know, I'm getting new at this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people want to see me fail. I repeat, I know there's a lot of people that want to see me fail, bruv. Want to see me fail. Which I find so hard to believe. But a lot of people do want to see me fail, bro. And I'm sorry, but I just ain't, bro. Like, to me right now, this is the warm-up, bro. This is me ironing out my creases and finding what works and what don't work and finding the lane and you know what I'm saying, trying to get the rotation going and, you know what I'm saying, do it, boom, and where we need to add little things. And if you see certain people's videos that are like, bro, when their first YouTube channel started, they're like nowhere near this quality. So, you know, we try and stick with a quality. Yeah, we try and stick with a quality, but we do want to develop and take this to different places. But yeah, man, if you liking the vibes and that, you know, give me a little subscribe and a little like, you know what I'm saying? It don't hurt. It's not gonna hurt. I know some people are like, oh, bro, I don't care, bruv. Tell you, bro, I don't care, bro. It's not my business for me to stop you from hating, bro. It's just for me to keep pushing, bro. You understand what my personality is like and what traits I have. What's my likes and my dislikes and that. You know, a lot of you lot said you didn't like me eating food, and bro, to be fair, I just think it was the crunchiness of it that made you lot not like it. Because there's people eating mukbangs all day, every day online. But I've kept the crunchiness out of it. Try to as much as possible. Even though I don't want to. But, you know, sometimes you got to cave into the pressure of your fans and that. A little bit, not fully. If it's within reason. But yeah, man, like my videos, subscribe and that. You know what I'm saying? The more vibes I see from people, the more I want to be on it, bro. You know? I'm not depressed, but as I said, I'm happy 99% of the time, bro. So I don't know why people saying like, oh yeah, laugh. How could you laugh at someone that's doing what they want to do in life, bro? It's so weird to me. But yeah, like, subscribe, join the family, man. You know what it is. Hope you enjoyed your weekend as well. We're in the house. It's getting crazy. Crazy hot out there. And also shout out my Man United fans. Top 4 in that. 5 on the Scousers. Only in football terms. It's crazy. I didn't even get into much with war in Russia and that. Can I just say, yeah, that this war thing with Russia is on another level. I really want to get into a series talking about this Russia thing. I like my politics and my wars. But I don't want to make it too scatter the content. But it's all men's stuff. It's all, you know, war is men's stuff. You know, fitness is men's stuff. Finance, men's stuff. It's a men's channel, man, you know. Not to say I will discriminate, but ladies, my ladies, I love you. If you subscribe, you know what I'm saying? I can see my algorithms. I can see what I can see my algorithms. So I know a lot of women, a lot of men follow my channel on that. See the age groups and all that. So you know what? I cater to certain people, try to cater to everyone. But yeah, man, this Russia thing, it's crazy, man. I think I'm gonna talk about it in the next episode, or the episode after. I realized with my other lives, people were watching the entertainment stuff, but then the serious stuff like wars, man, don't want to watch that. It's like, bruv, you lot don't take shit seriously. But yeah. Man said he's a former US soldier, and what's going on is mad out there. Yes, man, yes, sir, man. It's crazy, bro. Like, it's crazy that they send man them to go and fight the wars that them man organize behind back rooms to make money from. It's crazy. And everyone's like, oh, my soldier, as if they're going to war. They ain't going to war, you know. My soldier, my soldier. No, bro. They're sitting down behind the computer screen while real men get up and get active and protect the land that they live on, not knowing that, bruh, there's people that would use your glory and your hunger to abuse that, bro. Take your message, take the message of what you're fighting for different reasons. There's people that create a problem knowing fully well that they're gonna give you a solution that benefits them, that makes money. This is a global oligarch, a mafia. This is craziness, the craziest times ever existed in human life. We've created AI technology, we've created cyborg technology, we've created self-driving cars, even all before we've created non-renewable resources effectively. We're heading on a crash course to Armageddon, and a lot of people are in the know as to what to do in certain situations, but it seems like a lot of people are not in the know as to how to stop it from happening. Yep. What did he say? Yep. And said trillions invested in Ukraine, and this was the catalyst for World War III. That's why Trump said at the town hall meeting on the trick question. Yeah, bro, they tried to get Trump because you've got to realize Trump is a businessman, and he knows we know he's a businessman, so he doesn't need to lie about making money. He didn't study in politics. He doesn't need to lie to you to tell you what he's doing. He'll just be like, yeah, we're just going in there to get the oil. He'll be like, Trump, why did you say that, bro? You can't just say that, bro. And he'd be like, what do you mean? Like, that's what they said in the briefing. Like, we're going in there to get oil. So that's what I just told them. It's like, no, man, we can't have this guy here. But it's funny how Trump didn't take us to World War III. Trump didn't take us to war with Russia. Trump didn't do a lot of things that they said that Trump was doing. In fact, they said Trump was working with Putin. How stupid they were. How dumb of a statement to make. As if foreign leaders are not supposed to talk and negotiate with each other. It's crazy. Trump was an enigma. He was an outsider to their political class and to their class of making money. So we will see what would happen in 2024 in terms of the US general election. You see if Trump does have the opportunity to rerun and come back again, even though there are charges currently put on him. as dubious as you may think they are or not, aren't. That's your decision. But that's for another show. But my beautiful people, if you missed the show, don't worry. You could go back and just rewind it. But I think that's enough for me today, or for now. You might see me on later on connecting with my fans and that by doing another live. Man said, what am I smoking? What do you mean? Explain. SOG, explain. What do you mean, what am I smoking? Give me a better answer, bro. Sorry, give me a better question. Well, what did I say that makes me think I'm smoking? You got about 20 seconds to ask your question fully, and I will give you an answer. Otherwise, I ain't got time for that, man. Told you, I'm on a nice vibes, man. Need like 10 more seconds to ask me ask. I know it's a bit delayed, but I'll give you opportunity. Are you talking about something from before that I said? Are you watching the older part? Are you up to date? Like what am I smoking? What do you mean? Bro, if I talk see you just entered the chat. Well, I'm gone, bro. What do you mean? I've been here for the last 2 hours. I was just chatting about red pill, blue pill, and then the introduction to it and how we got to where I was at in terms of my philosophy, and why I don't no longer associate myself with the term red pill. I'm not a red pillar. Maybe I would have categorized myself as someone in the red pill space at a certain point in time, even before the reintroduction of the term red pill, because it has been used to mean other things. To me, red pill was taking a red pill from the Matrix in terms of how the New World Order has designed our life to be surveilled and to be a distraction, to be like a constant argumentative, a constant war, constant fight, in order to distract us away from keeping these guys under wraps, stopping these guys from making fake viruses in labs and putting it out to the world so we could be curtailed. We could be like cattle. Bro, it's a madness. But yeah, it's turned into some next thing where, you know, you get vasectomies and you have sex with as much women as you want. That's not what I thought red pill was, so I don't agree. I don't like attach myself to that. And I just wanted to lay the foundation to where my head is gonna be, the direction of where my brain is going to when I come to like dialogue with people that are in this space, in terms of I'm not here to war them, bro. Like winning the debate for me is not a war. So I don't need to create some fake tenseness between me and someone else in order for me to put my point across to them. But yeah, that's for another later one, bro. I really want to do the World War III part 2 one live. Remember, subscribe to my channel. Soon get 1,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? We're getting to that point. That's when, you know what I'm saying, the half the business is done. Start being partnered in that. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's your boy, man, you know? What do I think about Rollo Tomasi's racist comment? That's what I'm trying to say to you, bro. Like, Rollo Tomasi to me is not a 1%, bro. And I'm just tired of trying to get caught up in these little white and black people having these little back and forth arguments about like minuscule stuff that, bro, look, bro, listen, look what, I just have to go to this, bro. Look, what did because I have to do this, bro. Because if man comes in late, I do this for my Zamundites, bro. I'll show like, you know what I'm saying? I show that kind of love for you, man, bro. Man said, what do I think about his racist comments? Neo, like, I don't think you watched the live, otherwise you'd have known this. Neo is a black man saying to a white man, my brother, listen, the Matrix is a false fucking, it's a false society, bro. It's everything you know is false, bro. You smell, you taste it, it's false. A black man is saying that to a white guy. Why do you think that? He said, we're all enslaved, bro. You're all enslaved. So you think I'm going to sit down and get caught up in some Rollo Tomasi? Oh, he's racist. Bro, to me, bro, like, that's why even with the O'Shea Duke Jackson, bro, for him to even, like, bro, I don't get into that kind of small-minded kind of talk, bro. I'm trying to get at the 1%ers, bro. The 1%ers want us to be talking about motherfucking Rollo Tomasi flipping racist comment or something that you might thought he was, like, bro, you lot show me what he said in full detail. Yeah, bro. Like, even Rollo Tomasi went for Pearl, bro. I was like, you got some weird takes, bro. For even you to be saying she's a grifter and you're in the space as well, like, bro, it's like, bro, it's so weird to me. It's like, bro, I don't even want to get involved in their discussions, bro. It's whack. Who's gonna get a vasectomy, bruv? What kind of dumb arguments you man having now, bro? Like, you lot drew, bro, you lot are so fucked up, bro. You lot drew me, you man drew me into, you almost got me. You almost got me, hey, you almost got the clip you wanted, mate. You almost got the flipping clip you wanted. Nah. I'm trying to stay out of that, mate. I'm trying to stay out. I might do something on the Islam and Red Pill thing, though, because I think that's a enjoyable one. I think MTR and these man, it's like I forget these man don't know so much about Islam. It's like so weird to me, bro. But yeah, look what this Morpheus thing this guy said, bro. Look what he said, fam.
Like everyone else, you were born into bondage.
See what I'm saying?
Neo. That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage. Born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison.
Message.
For your mind.
You get it, bro. Fuck a Rollo Tomasi, bro.
Unfortunately,
they're trying to go for man's mind.
Told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself.
See it? That's it there, bro. You have to see it for yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? None of this fake stuff, like, no, bro. Like, bruv, it's realness out here, bruv. The realness. You know what I'm saying? White man, black man, Chinese, Indian, Asian, bruv, you're all slaves, bruv. All slave to this thing, bro. This consciousness is gonna get us on another one. This mental conscious is gonna get us on a different thing, bro. Man, them think it's a joke thing, bruv. All right, you lot continue with your madness. But anyway, guys, man, you almost got me wrapped up in a embroilment, in a YouTube embroilment. Yeah, bro. I hate you. Yes, sir, man, I hate you. But bro, sometimes it's mad, bro. It's mad. You don't want to get into a side argument with some people. Take it too personal. But yeah, maybe I'll be back later. Maybe I'll be back tomorrow. Maybe I'll be back Monday. Most definitely, I'll be here. I'll be live on Monday in the evening times. I'll be doing a live in the evening times on Monday, definitely. What is in dispute? Whether I got enough time to do one more live now after, in like an hour or so or two, or one tomorrow. Okay? But